Hey, I'm Dazza Greenwood, a scientist here at the MIT Media Lab, and I wanted to let everybody that was involved in the MIT Legal Forum, just ended yesterday, that we did on October 30th and 31st here, to know we thank you. We thank you for bringing the law to MIT and for allowing us to bring some of MIT to the law. It was a terrific conference, and this is a rapid summary of what happened by way of follow-up. So let's take a look online, which is in fact where the conference fundamentally happened. Boom. Okay. So by way of synthesis and next steps, let's start with a synthesis. So we had a general public webcast. You can get all of this stuff, by the way, at mitlegalforum.org. But let me just lay it out for you. The general public webcast is available on our YouTube station, which is youtube.com/c/law.MIT.edu. You can get all of the archives of the sessions that we did, and also some nice little interviews that we did leading up, and some that we'll do and that we're about to do right now directly after the forum. We've got one of the speakers with us. Special surprise at the end of this segment. You can also see a couple of the big wins, I think, coming out of this conference. One of them was the birth, as it were, of women leaders in AI and blockchain. It started as a panel discussion, and it's one that really caught fire. Well, you can join the email list, which we have set up for the group as promised. That's Women Leaders -AIB, AI blockchain, at media.mit.edu. There'll be a sign up link on their page. They have a LinkedIn group at LinkedIn. It's groups/120-72878. That's quite a name there. They got to do an alias for LinkedIn one of these days. And we set up a GitHub organization for them, github.com/women leaders. In that, you can find some repositories where they can begin to work on projects. And one repository in there is WL, for women leaders, WL-AI-blockchain. And we set that one up for them just to get them started with a splash page. So if you click on womenleaders.github.io/WL-AI-blockchain, you'll see, well, let's take a look at what you see. Aha, here's the splash page we set up. So you can get to their panel discussion, a transcript of it. You can actually see the panel discussion. Not sure how much of this is coming through, probably very little, but we've got the video of that there, and an opportunity to join the mail list. So it's really, it'll be up to Shauna and the women leaders who are on that panel to decide how they want that group to go forward. But as promised, we're incubating it a little bit, giving them a start and some runway. And here's some resources they can use if they choose to. And so the other big win, I think, came from our friends and colleagues and our sponsors at the Media Lab at General Electric, where their legal department really came through. Chris gave us a stunning proposal, which is a thought experiment, but also a serious challenge thought up just the night before at a dinner with Sandy Pentland and with some of the sponsors and some of the conference goers when we were chatting about what the possibility was for MIT Legal Forum to go forward. And the GE member of the conversation felt we should think big. Why not look at what would be involved? What could the shape be of a Magna Carta, a constitution that was composed of computational law? So you can see his presentation linked here's the session notes, but you can see the presentation actually, let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, here is his proposal. Let's see if that is, yes, good. Here's the proposal. It's quite visionary. looking at what the model and what the operations and basically what the processes would be to derive a testable, measurable value proposition. So you see that all laid out before you here, and it would culminate in an X prize for an initial pilot in a partnership with a city. What a great idea, a way to statistically model and to computationally analyze adaptive rules, starting from the kernel of a legal system, which is its constitution, its Magna Carta, as Chris puts it. All the slides and the notes and the papers are coming soon. The way we set the conference up was with live slides, so that session by session, the small group discussions broke out and took notes in their own slides and reported them back each day. All of that is here, which is going to take us more than a day to curate it and kind of put it all together again, but it's here in the slides. Most importantly, as I said, you can find out how to get involved and to follow up yourself at MITlegalforum.org. And here is a join up list where you can indicate whether you want to participate in some of the discussion or email type of activities we have. We have a Google group, Slack channel, or you may want to participate in online or even some more in-person events that are coming. There's a third thing that's going to come online shortly, and that's going to be, let me click down to it, right here. So we had a small list of things that people said they want to go on, they want to continue doing after the event in a ongoing, somewhat low-key MIT Legal Forum set of activities that will be providing some resources and some space for in-person and mostly online throughout the beginning and into 2018, tentatively culminating in a second annual MIT Legal Forum conference in October of 2018. I'm being a little bit hedgy here because the nature of this is a somewhat informal get-together, but gosh, the feedback has been terrific from people that went to the conference about what a great time they had, how engaging it was, and how much energy there is around doing this. And so while MIT doesn't have, and I don't believe ever will or should have, a law school per se in the ABA accredited model at least, but they are terrific, and I can now say we are terrific at MIT at engaging with every industry and every sector of the economy, every part of society in the fruitful and beneficial and effective use of technology. It's the role of MIT, and engaging with the law, we are. And so this is a place where you can come and hack the law, as it were. And so one of the ways you can do that, and that we'll be putting on that list, well, I'm going to say later tonight, is to join the computational law discussion group, where we'll discuss the General Electric proposal for composing a charter for a city that is itself computational at its core, and a way and a plan to test that with a partner city. You can join a hacking project with Pablo of Case Text and I, Daz Greenwood, where we'll look at the social physics of litigation, and we'll be exploring opportunities to gain trial transcripts to understand better the social dynamics and to model the behavior in courtrooms at trial. You can join another discussion group on, a discussion group. You can join an editorial board fundamentally, and people that are going to help those that are that have been donating articles and posts and position pieces and opinion pieces and editorials and reviews and previews and all this great written material through our submissions on our website under Creative Commons to publish an occasional periodical under the banner computationallaw.org. You can join a discussion group with Tony Lai and other superstars on the legal ethics and the implications for personal data of the emergence of AI. You can join the Women in Blockchain and Women Leaders in Blockchain and AI group that I showed a few moments ago. And once Shauna or others tell us exactly how they want to do membership, or whether it's LinkedIn or otherwise, we'll put a link to that. You can, and for the record, absolutely, we agree. I will host. I will book a room and happily host at least one in-person meeting in 2018. May they be successful. You can also join a discussion group on developing model legislation related to blockchain. We already have a few samples of what, or maybe harbingers of what's to come in states that were discussed at one of the groups. You can join a monthly workshop with legal hackers when one chapter chair or designee from a legal hackers chapter from around the world per month will come to the MIT Media Lab and do a workshop with us on one of the core challenges or opportunities in their jurisdiction, something that their chapter of legal hackers has been working at. So I expect we'll see Toronto, and I expect we'll see San Francisco, I expect we'll see DC, we'll see New York, I imagine Berlin, Dublin, and a few others just based on the feedback so far. So are you in legal hackers? You want to get in on this? Talk to Jameson Dempsey, our beneficent person of service at the center of that organization. And finally, pair programming lawyer, coder for domain-specific language discovery. You can join Tigran for that, and that looks like it's a fairly applied, probably occasional pair programming night. And is that the last thing that people came up with? Let me see. People have been adding to this. Okay, yep. So those are the things that you can join. But you know what? Before I come to our final brief conversation with one of our speakers and one of the leaders of the dialogue, I want to just thank and acknowledge everybody who contributed so much and who volunteered and who organized and who worked on making the first in-person MIT Legal Forum such a success. So there's going to be name by name, embarrassingly accurate, gushing acknowledgement and thanks to follow. But for now, you all know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for making this dream possible. So now it is my extraordinary pleasure, literally pleasure, we've been laughing, to let you know who that special guest is. None other than, that's right.
Hi, everybody. It's Phil Rosenthal and from Fastcase. Thank you, Daza, for putting together this amazing program. And thank you all. That it is such an amazing pleasure and privilege to meet everyone and to see so many friends, and the firepower in the room was incredible. In fact, it was such a rich, great experience that I couldn't let it end. And so here it is one day later, still at the Media Labs, and doing some wonderful brainstorming with Daza about all the things that can be done. You know, we're building this AI sandbox, and the idea, it's a collaboration really of all of us to deconstruct the data and the tools so that we can make lawyers the makers of AI. And so we're wondering what can be done if we collaborate and if we provide, we contribute some data to MIT and the amazing things that could be done here. You know, the sky's the limit, and so stay tuned. You know, we're working on just trying to explore what can be done
well, what can be done?
What can be done?
Well, let's think about that without going too particular. And we've had a lot of terrific brainstorming. What a great start!
Yeah.
What great stuff you guys are working on. About the law itself. You have data. We love data. And so, you know, without prejudicing the full range of possibility, right, it seems to me like one thing that we could say because we said we could say it right before we went live, is that maybe we could work on something involving all of your state legislation, doing some data science up in there. And so, you know, we've got some things happening in the past with looking at uniform law propagation through the states, where we never really got on top of that with the data we could somehow cobble together. You got good data, and you've got good tools. You have good technologies with AI Sandbox. So we're thinking, okay, there may be a nice combination here with some of our data scientists and some of the people in our broader community who are really focused on this, and just with the opportunity to use the good offices and the, in a sense, like legally neutral Switzerland of MIT to do what we love most, which is convening a legal hackathon from time to time and convening people that are ready to roll up our sleeves and hack the law in a beneficial and beneficent way. So that's one general area that perhaps we could look at.
Absolutely. We're blessed to have great data, but it's got to break out of the silos. And what happens when that data meets the incredible talent that you have here at MIT, and what can we do to get it structured in a uniform and sensible way, and then what kind of questions, what kind of insights will we get once you have the data in that format, and what can this community do with it? And so we're really excited about the possibilities, you know, and the exploration. We're just 24 hours out, and the exploration is well underway, and can't wait to see what we all do together.
Here, here. So where can people find out more about these awesome tools and all this great stuff that you're talking about with the data and the tools that we were talking about up in the forum?
Yep, just go to fastcase.com and you'll see a description of the AI Sandbox, fastcase.com/sandbox. Or you can contact me, well, Phil Rosenthal, phil@fastcase.com, and really want to continue a dialogue with everybody who was there and see what we can all do, what we all can do together.
Here, here. What can't we all do together? Not too much, I reckon. So now that we're connected and in the forum, let's see how far we can go with that. So come and join us at mitlegalforum.org. More updates and follow-ups from our first event soon over the next few days, and more to follow with convening and activities and conversations and a little bit of building along the way into 2018. So until then, Dazza Greenwood at the MIT Media Lab signing off. We'll see you online.